very big industry. So many people are not aware of that. So that is what we bring. Of course, later our team will tell you more about that. So we took that point as a point, and also we start our journey in the colleges, helping the students there itself with sport and also hand-holding them. So the point, world don't need another job platform. There are plenty of platforms. There are plenty of good platforms as well. You know, it is actually almost like a jungle. If you see the platforms, you have job boards, edtech platforms, several platforms. It's a jungle. If the candidate is smart, he will go through the jungle because he knows how to navigate, or he has some mentor, he can do that as well. If the mentor is there, he will guide him, he will support him, he will go. If both are not there, then he is lost.
Is a strategist and an innovator with deep expertise in education technology, product development, and career enablement. He is passionate about building scalable systems that drives real-world results. Over to you, Mr. Manohar.
And how I joined his journey. So this journey is actually a great example to see how the world is functioning. So he actually comes from a small village in Andhra Pradesh. So with no opportunity that time, somehow managed his way. Like my whole childhood is filled with stories from him and the obstacles that he had to overcome, because either there was no opportunity or there was no guidance. And to settle in Germany and build a business empire in Germany is a very tough job even compared to US. So that is the life that my father was going through. And the important thing about this journey is he is now looking at me as a son, and he's thinking, today you have technology, you have AI, you have all the things, but what are you able to make out of it? And he's seeing that in this generation, there's so many people who are struggling, and he doesn't understand. He did neither have opportunity, nor have guidance, nor have technology or any tools. But he made it happen, he became successful. So why are today so many people struggling? Why are people getting depressed, getting challenged? So that is the problem that he has always been facing. And me, being exactly that part from the new generation, I was thinking, okay, what is it with our generation that is making it so difficult? And what I can say is that we complement each other in the ways, because I can say from our generations, the challenge is we are overwhelmed. Today, there are thousands of job platforms, thousands of e-learning platforms, thousands of opinions. We are getting opinions from parents, from relatives, from friends, from so-called experts, from influencers. We have so many opinions, so many things. We are lost in this jungle that my father was talking about. So that is today's situation. That is today's problem. And now I will tell you two things that I have learned from my father that have really accompanied me in building this. The first is, he said the recipe for his success was value. Always think value first. How do you create value for the society? So I have focused on that one part. And the second piece was focus on the people first, right? Who are the people? Understand them. What are the challenges? And look for opportunities. So these two lessons, I'll tell you, have shaped the way we brand ourselves. And now I'll explain to you what this so-called B2T stands for. So if we take these lessons about value and about people, if you look at today's market, there are two markets. There's the HR tech market and there is the edtech market. If you look at HR tech, it's B2B. So there are thousands of different companies with thousands of different tools and niches and whatnot, and they are focused B2B. They're solving problems for businesses. Then there's edtech. And in edtech, there's also so many platforms, so much content, so many things. It's B2C. But B2C is just focused on selling, on traffic, on volume. That is what B2C is focused on. But what is the problem today? The problem today is a lot of professionals and talent is not getting nurtured. So this is why we said we are not B2B and we are also not B2C. We are B2T. We are business to talent. what we are focusing on, unlike other platforms, we are focusing on how to recognize talent, build talent, and nurture them throughout their life's journey. And today, there's no platform for that. And for this, our vision is very simply put, we don't want to be a job portal, we don't want to be a tech platform, we don't want to be just a HR platform. What we want to be is we want to be a platform that is like an ecosystem, like a community. And this community is supposed to help me throughout my life, throughout my journey. How can I grow? How can I learn? How can I develop myself? That is our vision. It's a large vision. And with this comes a lot of responsibilities in terms of what we have to drive. We have to reach the mass. We have to reach many people. So the goal we have made for ourselves is that in the next 24 months, we are not looking at this as a small problem to solve or small thing. In the next 24 months, we are looking at really massively onboarding people. 10 million users, people, lives we want to affect. 10 million careers we want to affect. We want to make sure that people who nowadays become food delivery drivers, right? We want to give them a perspective. We want to show them you don't need a graduation or BTech or MTech to become a food delivery driver. What you need is you need a platform that gives you the pathway, that gives you the support, that ecosystem. And on the other side, what we also recognize is that we cannot only just build that ecosystem, we also have to look at businesses. And that is where we said today we have more and more leaders coming. It's a great thing that we have more leaders. But we need to support those leaders, we need to support those businesses to hire and nurture the right talent. And that is what we're building. And we set a very ambitious goal. We want to affect 1 million leaders, 1 million businesses in the next 24 months. And that is all from my side. Next, I will give it to Dr. Bala and Sanjeev, who are also going to talk more about the platform, about the technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manohar. Impactersோட அடுத்த எக்ஸிகியூஷன் ஸ்டெப்ஸ் வந்து ஒரு கிரேட் விஷனோட வந்து எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுங்க. தேங்க்யூ. அடுத்து Impactersோட கோர் ஆஃபரிங்ஸ் பத்தி எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்றதுக்கு we have someone. He is the former Apple innovator and AI and product visionary. He has led groundbreaking work in AI, product design, and scalable systems that impact millions. And now, it is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Bala Tanjore, who will walk us through the platform and its products. Dr. Bala.
So, Vanakkam. So, I'm in Tanjore boy. So, I can speak English too well, but I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart in Tamil. Right, vandadukku nomma nandri. Right, thanks for making into the event. Of course, this event is very special for us. There is a reason to it, because we have been bootstrapping it for the last 3 years. Right, there is a lot of focus, effort, energies that went in. Right, so inga vanda yaarachum vande idhaan solluvaanga 3 varsham romba kashtapatom and all these things. I don't want to tell those hasty stories, right, but I wanted to talk about what is there today. So before that, I'll give you a snap of myself. Right, so I've been in this industry for more than 2.5 decades, IT industry, and I built products at scale, different products at scale. And over my journey, I had a chance to work with many eminent people in the industry too, right? And some of the products I made are minting millions, some of the products are minting billions. And on the other side, most of the product I have made are only targeting the top 15% of the audience in the world. I've been part of Apple. I was reporting into Steve directly, built Apple Pay for him, right? And the outcome was a sophisticated phone, right? And how many people handled it is only top 15% in the world. I've been part of Google, built something, again, the product is handled by the top 15% of the world, right? Fundamentally, after a long time, I said, like, this is not the place I wanted to be in. So it should be meaningful. That's where this happened. And what we are now building in is a platform which is going to touch the lives of 85% of the audience, right, who wants to transform their career throughout. That is what we wanted to build. And it started in just in what a boardroom, war room, right, thinking about what can we do. And all the astonishing numbers that you have seen, right, was a little scary, right? 10 to 12 million people coming out, still there is a gap. Fantastic platforms out there doing great things, but still fragmented. So these are a lot of things that gave us what? Something, a clarity of thought. First thing what we have understood is, ideally this is what people say. Once you have a clarity of thought, once you have understand the problem, you have got the solution 80% right. So what we got first is, after 2 years of our brainstorming, we understood where was the problem. That itself was a major breakthrough for us. And now that problem, we have solved it by building a platform. That is what you are going to see today. And today's event is more about what we are giving it back to this 85% of the audience that we are talking about, right? Now then we understood this platform is not related to one demographic people, right? It is actually targeting what multiple demographics. And one of the things that actually came out is, if you have to land in a career, right, you need to be properly groomed. Okay, I'll take a simple example. There are many people who are from the press here, right? You know a lot of nuances about how this industry works. Today's event, you would have got a framing in your mind, what to ask, what is that you have to write, right? Now a budding guy who is coming out of college, ask him to write a content, goes to GPT, asks something, he gets something out. That is the frame of mind of the people today, right? And all these industry experts sitting in here over 20 years, 30 years of experience, this knowledge is not going out, right, to the market. So this is what is one of the gaps that we have seen, right? The first thing is, the career shaping happens not at the job portal, but prior to it. That is what we wanted to solve first. That came in as an what a thought, and there we have built an what an ecosystem, which is more from grooming the people from the colleges, right? So he is understanding what he is trying to do, where he is lagging in, what is the gap. You have a right mentor sitting next to you. Maybe tomorrow, if everything is all okay, you can all be mentors in our platform, shaping the lives of many people who wants to take, right, this as their profession, right? Media as a profession. So you can also come in. So we said there should be someone who is trying to give the experiences back. So we started with talent farming, right? So I wanted to tell a simple stuff, right? So there was a job given to 3 people. Okay, one has to actually plow the soil, the second has to plant the tree, and the third one has to actually close it and nurture it by watering it. End of the day, it's all about planting. One fine day, the second guy was not available. The first guy came in, plowed the soil. The third guy came in and he closed it and nurtured it. The plant was not planted. That is the shape of the industry today. Too many things are available, fragmented. We don't know whether we are planting the tree or not, but things are happening. So we found out that as a problem. Now we started shaping up another layer, which is more about giving a career guidance through a platform which can give them the right opportunity. So which we are calling it as more about jobs, right recruitment, right talent for the company. So all these things is what we wanted to do it. And finally, the third thing that we have understood is, it's just not about throwing them a right opportunity and the organization getting a right talent. It's all about the sustenance as well. The people are hopping today. Your company level naal vela paathingan keta, hardly today 1 year, 2 years, and they are jumping out, right? There is a lot of reasons to it. It has become hard for the companies to sustain the talent as well, right? Earlier it used to be what? Their designation should be the primary thing. Later it became money. Today it was something else, right? So people are not understanding what they need today. So what we are saying is, the third element is more about how an organization can actually retain the talent, how they can do the succession planning. So if you happen to see the cycle, it's just not one single product that we are getting out. It's a power of three that you're seeing there. It's all about three different products, starting from college, grooming the people, giving them a career guidance, and then putting them in the organization and retaining the talent so that the entire life cycle goes on, right? And in between, we have thought through many things how we can enable it, right? So one of the thing is getting the mentors. So as you said, like we can have people like you guiding them. We said we need to conduct more events to understand how they are communicating to like-minded people, and what are all the different kind of courses and skills that they can actually take in. So there are multiple things that we have thought through, and that is all reflecting in the platform today. And the last thing that I wanted to tell you, we are also leveraging AI, right? It becomes a good news in today's paper if I talk about AI, right? And you all know about it. And we are using AI in a very meaningful way. That's all I wanted to say. We are not building AI just to ride the wave. We wanted to give AI a shape so that it can enable people, not dominate people. So people now are pretty much feared about losing their jobs about AI. That is a myth. It will never happen. Platforms like us are leveraging AI to move the needle, to get the people, to get more jobs and adapt to the new ecosystem, right? It so happened when we started, typewriters were moved and the computers came in and people were not able to adapt to that. Similarly, this is the wave of AI today. Slowly, AI is going to enable people to go from X to Y. That is what it is going to do. It is not going to take the jobs, and we are the platform you can look out for making happen, leveraging AI to create more jobs, not for getting the jobs out. So these are the things that I wanted to push in. Ideally, I wanted to have some teasers for you so then you can also see the platform. Maybe after Sanjeev speaks in, we'll take just 5-10 minutes to showcase you like how it is looking in, right? So that you can see the new bride flaunting how it is, right, in the dais. So that is what I wanted to say. Thanks once again for the opportunity. Thanks once again for coming. Nandri. Thank you.
I also felt nice about myself. When we hear Krishna and then we hear Bala and then Manu in between, Manu or Javaji, the problem sounds very simple. But when you start saying, okay, write an essay on it, that's where the problem begins. That whether you're going to write a 2-page essay or you're going to write a 2,000-page essay on this. When I began the journey with Krishna, the first time when I met him, he said, Sanjeev, do you realize there is a problem? There's 8 billion people, but there's an engineer who is coming to deliver food, and we need to solve these problems. That day it sounded very, very simple to me and very straightforward. But then when we sat in the office and we started to look at it, it was like a never-ending cycle. It's just a very, very large problem, and different geographies have different problems. Different cultures have different problems. Just to quote as an example, when we look at the Tamil society here, extremely intelligent people, highly educated, they get academics very, very quickly. They understand what they read. And then when I just shift my thought process to the north, I realize that that's not the same case there. But then it is very surprising to see there are a lot more entrepreneurs coming out from there and a lot more people who are serving the system coming from the south. When you want to fix a strategy in between all of these combinations, then the challenge becomes complex by the day. So the point came when Bala came and said, Sanjeev, what do we want really in our platform? Of course, by then Krishna already had figured out quite a few things in his head and he was already bulleting it off and saying, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. My thought went into one specific question. First, let me take one individual to see how to fix his career, his or her career. What do we need to do to fix one person's career? And then, of course, when we look at it, the first thing in our mind comes as a college student, because that's where the journey for career begins. So we went to a college. Fortunately, I'm also part of several colleges' education system. So I called in a group of students for a chat, and I asked them what is it that they want. And I'm talking about a college in Chennai itself. Their ambitions were big already. They wanted, but one thing came in very common. Everybody wants to become rich. And straightforward, this generation spoke very open about it, saying, we want to become rich. So I said, okay, great. What will you do to become rich? He said, that we will see, whatever comes my way, but I will first want to figure out where there is richness there. This gave me my first answer that end result was expected first to select the journey. So it is not now about the passion anymore. Passion is still a question mark here. How do I figure out? And then when I met Manu was talking, I keep calling him Manu, just pardon me for that. He's like my son too for me. Manu said, no, we need to go beyond find your calling. We need to understand where the passion is. That's when they will not feel tired for a long time. I said, point taken. That's also very valid that there should be finding your calling. But the calling here looks like, with the younger generation, how much is the money? That's the calling. We kept brainstorming over this. This is where that 2-3 years went by. This is what the problem was. We also took another group and we said, what does a 25 years old want? Then we said, what do the 35 years want? So the journey went on in that direction. So I will just share I just give you a kind of a briefing of what happened. Why did we take 3 years? So now you know my problem. I'm going to just quickly walk through you to explain how we were able to group it eventually, what we understood, and what we have to give to them for them to succeed in what they want out of life. So let's look at the 17 to 22. We are talking now about they need skills, and today we do have a special guest here. We are going to make a surprise announcement after this event. Then, as they are finishing the college, internships, meaningful internships. I'm not talking about low-cost labor here. I'm talking about meaningful internships which are more connected to at least some of them who know what they want to become in life, and industry exposure. Bala quoted a brilliant example which connects with all of you here. So all of you here write notes, write articles, but today I think many do with ChatGPT as well. I do not know which is the correct path to it. I appreciate all the hard work all of you have been putting in writing by yourself, but future will unfold the truth in some time. As we go along, then we looked at 22 to 30 years age group, and then we said, these are the people who are looking for placements, apprenticeship, and advanced skill development. This advanced skill development was also a discovery for me. Though they are just now finishing their college, the problem with that is the curriculum which is taught in the college is slightly outdated. I'm not sure who is going faster. The technology is going faster, or the universities are a little slower. I'm not very clear about that, but there is the gap that is coming in, and this is where the advanced skill systems need came up. Then we looked at the 30 to 45-year-old group, teaching, consulting, mentorships, community service. These were the needs that we have been able to identify for these groups. It's a more of a leadership age, when people have worked for 10, 15 years and have reached a certain point. As we went along, then we had the 45 to 60. This is now was the time of the same teaching and consulting, but on the other side of the table, right? People could mentor back, as Bala just now mentioned. All of you can teach the upcoming reporters to say how they have to creatively do their job and not just depend on AI or ChatGPT. That kind of mentoring, that kind of teaching has to be done. Finally, we reach the groups of Krishna and myself. I'm much younger to him. I just want to be sure about that. All of you know that. But it's time for us to give back. The world has given us a lot. At least my career, I had a chance to travel more than 100 countries. Some of the countries I've traveled multiple times. Met a lot of people around the world, had a chance to experience their cultures, the way they think, the way they live lives. So it feels very nice to be, as a gratitude back to the world and say, okay, we want to give back something to the society and work with it. There you might see the age group as 70 plus. I just want to be sure. I just finished my 57. I started feeling like that. Now I want to attend to one of the thoughts that Krishna had shared with all of you. It's not just about career, it's about being healthy throughout the career, with a conscious mind, healthy mind, happy mind. Some of the countries have started to talk about this happiness index, like Bhutan and Sweden, and now I think all the countries follow their happiness index. Unfortunately, India is now in the journey of picking up to see how people can be happy. It might require a lot of work to climb up the ladder, but happy news is that the work has already got initiated. Our contribution to that big and large goal of the world is to bring in sports. And the slide that shows there, sports is, I don't know, I'm assuming most of you have not played anything, any sport for the last 15 years, 20 years. This is my assumption here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sports is always considered as time pass, at least in our cultures here, because after a certain age, you stop being active in the field. You're busy with your family life, your job. We want to change that. We want to bring in that sports culture. This is a unanimous agreement between all the members who are sitting here, because fortunately all four of us had the chance to travel around the world, and we see that in all the other countries, people are so active, hiking, biking, they have lots and lots of sports. You can see that adrenaline kind of things that Red Bull does, which is a nice side of thrill sports. I'm not talking about reaching there yet, but simple sports, being active, play badminton, play cricket. I think India is all about cricket here. So we have created a small roadmap for ourselves, and we will be bringing in first time in the world is intercontinental is what we are talking about. Asia playing versus Africa, Africa playing versus Europe. So we can have not a team that is called Team India or Team Japan or something like that. We want to call Team Asia. It's a journey. It's too early to talk about it, but yeah, we have put some goals for ourselves, and hopefully we will be the first one to reach that goal. So with that, I would like to thank all of you. But before I conclude, I want to also say, I spoke about global need for this solution. and we are stepping up our journey. And our next step would be to reach out to the US and then start going around the world again. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you.
So all the press people who have come, thanks for coming. Today is the launch of the world's first business to talent platform, which we call it as Impacteers. மூணு மூணு வருஷமோட கடம் உழைப்பு இன்னைக்கு வந்து பிளாட்ஃபார்மா வெளியில வருது. So we are all happy about it. So under the guidance and visionary of Krishna Javaji, our founder, chairman, and also the younger generation, our CEO, Mano Javaji, and Sanjeev ji, who has got a lot of experience on the strategy. So we all came together and we have built this platform. Thanks once again for receiving us very well. And this platform is live today. இன்னைக்கு இந்த பிளாட்ஃபார்மை நீங்க போய் யூஸ் பண்ணலாம், லைவா இருக்கு. ஆல்சோ வி ஆர் எக்ஸ்பெக்டிங் மோர் ஃபீட்பேக் ஃப்ரம் தி யூசர்ஸ். ஸோ இன்னிலேருந்து மோர் ஆஃப் வாட் வெளியில் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் எப்படி யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க, எப்படி எல்லாம் பிளாட்ஃபார்மை வந்து அடுத்த ஸ்டேஜுக்கு கொண்டு போகணுங்கிறதுல தான் நாங்கள் வந்து அடுத்த 2 வருஷம் வந்து உழைப்பு போட போகிறோம். ஸோ தட் இஸ் அவர் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட். ஃபார் த நெக்ஸ்ட் 1 இயர் எங்களோட கான்சென்ட்ரேஷன் எல்லாம் இந்த பிளாட்ஃபார்மை வந்து ஃபுல் இந்தியா consumers use பண்ற மாதிரியா we are targeting it. That's our first marketing event that would be happening. Later we also wanted to penetrate into global geographies. Already adukana plan alla we have already curated it. Slowly we are trying to aim for the global regions as well. So once again, thanking you everyone for coming and what taking us, receiving us very well. Thank you. ஸோ இந்த பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் வந்து ஒரு ஹோலிஸ்டிக்கான பிளாட்ஃபார்மாக நீங்கள் பார்க்கலாம். இது ஒரு கம்ப்ளீட் கெரியர் கைடன்ஸ் பிளாட்ஃபார்மாக நான் வந்து சொல்ல விரும்புகிறேன். ஸோ ஐம் நாட், இங்கே நிறைய பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ஸ் ஆல்ரெடி இருக்கு, தேர் ஆல் குட். ஸோ யூ ஹேவ் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ஸ் விச் ஆர் ஜாப் போர்ட்டல்ஸ் தட் ஆர் in the industry for more than 2 decades, 20 வருஷமா 30 வருஷமா there are many job portals available, many edutech platforms are available. But this platform is first of its kind, which is actually the career guidance platform. So student life till your retirement, you can be in the platform and leverage the platform for your career graph. So in the platform oda essence adudha. So that is the difference that I can say, and this is first of its kind. We are not actually putting ourselves into any of these specifics like job boards or edutech or anything else. So we are a holistic platform.
Great demographic dividend. Our youth, compared to the whole world, we have wonderful population and with lot of energy, lot of strength. And the whole world needs professionals. Shortage of professionals throughout the globe in all professions. And we have wonderful people whom we can really help, guide, and nurture and send them. We've been into manpower business also for some time. But now we see this as an opportunity to help our youth train through a platform, holistic platform, not just go here. Like you said, there are platforms, but they are, not at one place. You cannot get there. So this is our idea, to have a holistic platform, train our youth, lead them, and also provide them opportunity throughout the globe. That's our interest. And I'm sure we will make it.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your support. For me, it is a moment, mixed emotion moment. I'm feeling excited that we have launched and we have started the journey from Chennai. But at the same time, I'm feeling nervous because it's like the first innings of our journey. And I believe we have done a lot of work. It is the same situation, when you write an exam and you come back, parents will ask you, how did you write the exam? The only answer as a kid I can say is very good, very good. Only the results will show later. So I'm just hoping that I will pass in A rank. So yes, I'm sharing a very excellent moment of my life right now.
Yeah, so we are very honored to have all of you here today. And for us, this is a very big step. And why this step matters so much to me personally is because anyone in the world, they have 3 questions on their mind. What are the opportunities that are available for me today? They might not know exactly. Then,
how good am I today? What is my strength? What is my value today? And lastly, to achieve my goal, to become who I want to become successful, what do I need to do? What is my path? So for these three questions today, there's no single platform which is answering all of this. We are focusing on these three questions. We're giving this pathway, and it is a very like a big honor for us to serve this, to do this. And I think the Indian market is the market that needs it the most, because we have a young population, smart population, and a very fire in the belly population, right? So this is a big step for us, and hope to have more such events where we can talk about our success.